What it means first, it's a Zulu term and it means yes, that's right. And you hear it all the time if you go to the Africa Center for Holistic Management in Zimbabwe. And it's just become my term, meaning like, yeah. So join me on the count of three and just say Yabo, okay? 1, 2, 3, Yabo! All right, thank you. Now, it's running late, so we're just going to be very quick, but it's a great honor to have this amazing constellation of like regenerative heroes here. I'm actually too nervous to introduce them all, so I'm going to have them introduce themselves, but it's really just an amazing coalition. And so I'll just give the mic and you'll just pass down really quick, about 2 minutes each, and then we'll take some questions from the audience, and then we'll play some music and the bar is going to be open. So Elisa, we'll just start with you.
Hi, Elisa Blanchard. This is so inspiring. Kiss the Ground when it came out. I hope, when I saw that, it was kind of like seeing an inconvenient truth when that came out. And then I just continued to show it and got together with groups. But Equal Exchange was founded in Boston in 1986, the Solidarity Move with Nicaraguan coffee farmers and organic farmers organized in cooperatives across the globe need our support. Then they need our consumer dollars, particularly as North American consumers. If you're a coffee drinker, tea drinker, chocolate eater, whatnot, mangoes, nuts, that's a great option, and it's available both in stores, in co-ops, through buying clubs, equalexchange.coop.
My name is Shinn, and I live here in Massachusetts. I've been involved in grass-fed beef for over 20 years, and about a year and a half ago we started a not-for-profit called the Northeast Grass-Fed Beef Initiative, and our goals are to recruit farmers to graze cattle regeneratively, and then teach them, educate them how to do it, and then connect them to the markets. So we're in the marketplace talking to big companies there's a tremendous amount of interest in this, and there's just not a lot of farmers doing it yet. So we have a model, and we're also extremely interested in talking to consumers. So if some of you would like to dig deeper into the specifics of grass-fed beef and why it's so important to this revival, reach out to us. We have a sign-up sheet in the back. I wrote a book about, a co-authored book that came out in November, all about grass-fed beef. It's got over 290 footnotes in it, so if you really want to dig in, you can dig in. But agreeing with Gabe actually wrote the foreword of the book, but the bovine, the ruminant, is the keystone species that can make this happen rapidly. So even if you don't want to eat meat, they can be effective in making this change happen.
My name is Kittridge. I'm also from Massachusetts, grew up on an organic farm in Central Mass. I currently run the Bionutrient Food Association. We're an educational nonprofit. We helped to coin the term nutrient density, which was nicely used a few times here in this movie. I would say not correctly, but at least the intention is there. I think Gabe was referring to the handheld spectrometer that you could use to flash lights at food and see what's in it. That's part of what we've been sort of building, is like literally this carrot and that carrot have different things in them, and you can see that with a flash of light. And that's really the concept. It sure looks like soil health causes plant health, causes increased nutrient levels. And so our concept is, if we can give people the ability to choose the food they purchase based on its inherent nutrient level, that correlates directly not only to their health, but to the environment's health. And we don't need to trust certification systems or marketing or labeling or anything else. We can actually literally go and see directly what is the nature of our food. In the future, I hope this kind of thing is in smartphones, so you don't need your own handheld instrument. But the concept is, there's a direct connection between soil health and the inherent nutritional quality of the food and your health. And so we can really align the sort of greater good with our personal good with economic incentive, which seems to be a powerful force in today's day and age. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Vic Mohanka. I use he, him pronouns. I live in the Boston area on stolen Massachusetts land. I'm currently the acting director of the Massachusetts Sierra Club. The Sierra Club is the oldest and largest grassroots environmental organization. And one thing I want to bring back is one of our old taglines, which is that we want organized people to beat organized money. And that's what we saw in the movie today, the power of organized money. So a lot of the campaigns that we work on have to do with stopping fossil fuels, building new renewable energy, conserving the environment and our natural wild lands, stopping the use of plastics, and then we also work on transportation and a number of other issues. We have events like this in our weekly newsletter. Please sign up at our table. And we're also collecting signatures to ask the governor to stop the construction and expansion of our natural gas infrastructure, which is currently it's currently, one of the categories of fossil fuel use that is growing in Massachusetts. And as we know, we have a climate crisis. So yeah, please visit the table, come say hi to us. A bunch of us are here from Sierra Club today. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Evan. I'm the Director of Organizing with 350 Massachusetts, which is a grassroots climate activism and organizing network. And we are here today because we know there's a lot of ways to address climate and a lot of ways to build climate justice. And so we have groups all across the state that do really, really rich local organizing, and that scales up to statewide organizing. We also have a table in back if you're interested in getting more involved. Something I want to point to that we're working on is called the Make Polluters Pay bill, and it's part of the Make Polluters Pay campaign, which is saying that if you make the mess, you have to clean it up. And just like we have seen, super funds for sites where you can see the way we've dumped toxins into the soil, right? And we say, hey, clean that up. We're doing the same with our atmosphere. We say the money that comes from the super fund that's paid into by the fossil fuel companies, we're going to give to communities through revitalization projects and adaptation projects, and that can include things like community farms. So I think there's a lot of ways to collaborate with the things that were talked about in this movie and the things that communities are already doing. So yeah, come hang out in the back.
Sandler, one of the owners of Compost. So a couple of you guys know what we're up to, but we're your local nutrient recycler. Is how we kind of come to think of ourselves as kind of the public utility of nutrient recycling, getting the nutrients that were in our food waste, that are in our food scraps. We're trying to change the language around in that food scraps and get that back into the soil. So we pick up from anybody who creates food scraps throughout Massachusetts and Rhode Island right now, getting into a couple other states, and putting all of that food power, energy, and nutrients back into the soil. The movie it was based around the theme of soil health, but I really only heard the term compost mentioned once in the section of the community gardening. So trying to get that term, concept, and that way of life and thinking back into how we all live. And if anybody's interested in talking about dirt, don't let anybody up here know, but if you want to talk about, specifically composting, yeah, Justin over here. So thanks for having me. Let's hear it for this amazing panel. Thank you. Let's spend a few minutes taking audience questions, so please just raise your hand prominently. I'll call on you and you'll just shout out. We won't bring a mic. So Come on, someone has to have some questions. Okay, over there, please, just stand and make it loud enough so we can all hear. Thanks.
Hi, just a viewer here. Question for the gentleman, in the maroon shirt. This product that you showed,
Yeah.
can we buy it?
You can download the specs off the website and you can build one yourself. You stop manufacturing them because it doesn't test overall nutrient density. It only tests like polyphenols in zucchini or antioxidants in carrots. This was a proof of concept. Is it possible to build a handheld, consumer-priced ray gun, basically? And if we can do it as a small nonprofit, then yes, on principle, it can be done. The basic point I would like to say is we don't know what nutrient density is. So if the concept is there's the most excellent carrot and the most rudimentary carrot, and there's 100 and that's 1, some carrots are 20 out of 100, some carrots are 80 out of 100. You can't calibrate a meter to 80 and 20 until you know what 80 and 20 are, and that's a big science project. So what we're doing right now is actually trying to define nutrient density. We're working on beef because it's the crop with the largest global economic and ecological footprint. It's about $1 million a crop. So beef is $1 million, rice is $1 million, wheat's $1 million, milk's $1 million. But if it's done once for the planet, it's done, and then we can have an economic incentive where we really are empowering people to focus on doing the right thing based on hard science and empiricism.
Okay, another question, please? Yeah, right here, just stand and just make it loud enough we can hear you.
Hi, watching the beginning parts of the film showing tilling the soil reminded me of when my father grew a garden, and that was the first thing, just to have, to overturn the soil and get the fresh stuff from below up. But of course, if then you have a big rainstorm the next day, it's gone. So what's an alternative way to start? Say you have a plot of land and you want to turn it into a garden. What's the alternative to starting off?
Okay, so you're not asking anyone in particular, just in general. Anyone want to
general,
take that question?
That's a long.
All right, everyone, thank you. Now the bar is open, and hang around, continue to network, and we're going to play some music for you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know I am too.